This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.
Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning for March 16, 2023, government ministers meet with a suspended firefighter to address concerns. A meeting was held yesterday between suspended firefighter Sergeant Leah Bennett and the government ministers Robert Morgan and Desmond McKenzie to address some of the issues which led to Bennett's protest action on Tuesday from atop the Halfway Tree Transport Center in St. Andrew. Mr. Bennett has been off the job since May last year after staging a similar protest in the vicinity of the Jamaica Fire Brigade headquarters in Kingston. The brigade said he breached the regulations. A hearing into that matter was postponed until April. Following Wednesday's meeting, Mr. Bennett told reporter Kirk Wright that efforts are being made to reach an amicable settlement before the end of this week, but he could not make any further statement until some kind of commitment is agreed to. Mr. Bennett climbed atop the transport center early Tuesday morning and pledged to remain for 24 hours. He eventually descended shortly after midday.
I am unable to make further public statements until some kind of commitment is agreed to. All being well, by Friday, we should have something definitive on paper, or some definitive agreement. Family is at the forefront of everything we do. Family are the firefighters, the Jamaican family. But of course, my wife, big her up.
Do you have her full backing?
100% from day one in everything.
Court grants a stay of order to search phone of Gabriel King's mother. The Supreme Court has granted a stay of the order to search the phone of Amoy Leon Issa. Mrs. Leon Issa is the mother of 9-year-old Gabriel King, who was killed along the Tucker Main Road in St. James on January 13 last year. The police have been trying to gain access to Mrs. Leon Issa's cellular phone to assist in the investigation. To do so, they secured a court order, but a stay of that order was granted last Thursday following an application by her attorneys. The attorneys sought the stay pending the outcome of the constitutional motion filed on behalf of Mrs. Issa challenging the order to search her cell phone. In the claim, the attorneys contend that the order to search her phone is a breach of Mrs. Issa's right to privacy. The Constitution motion is scheduled to be heard on March 30. The police in St. James had earlier said they are awaiting the return of Gabriel's mother to the island in order to execute an arrest warrant for her failure to comply with the court order. Mrs. Leon Issa is reportedly in Canada. Man before court for assaulting wife and damaging plates. A St. James man who is accused of assaulting his wife and damaging her plates was given a new court date after mediation failed. Vincent Kerr appeared before the St. James Parish Court on Wednesday, charged with assault occasioning bodily harm and malicious destruction of property. The court heard that on February 27, the couple was at home when they got into an argument. During the dispute, Kerr allegedly grabbed the complainant by her blouse and dragged her out of the house, causing her to bang her head against the metal grill and injuring one of her feet. Kerr is also accused of kicking 2 boxes of plates belonging to the complainant, causing damage to them. The matter was adjourned momentarily to allow the couple to participate in a mediation session with a probation officer who was present in court. When the case was revisited, the court was informed that mediation had failed. The complainant, who entered the courtroom hopping on one foot, informed the court that she had no further interest in mediation or restorative justice. In light of the failed mediation, presiding parish judge Sasha Smith Ashley set the case for mention on May 1 and extended Kerr's bail. Trelawney records a first road fatality. The Trelawney Police Division has recorded its first road fatality since the start of the year after a female passenger died as a result of injuries she sustained during an accident on the Cooper's Pen Main Road in the parish Wednesday afternoon. The identity of the deceased has not yet been ascertained. The police confirmed the accident to the news but could not provide any other details. Last year, the parish recorded 31 road fatalities. Tenant allegedly assaults a landlord during fracas over unpaid rent. A St. James woman accused of assaulting her landlord when she was asked to pay her rent, resulting in the loss of the landlord's pregnancy, is scheduled to return to court on April 19 when a cross case will be heard. Jamila Stoddart appeared in the St. James Parish Court before presiding Parish Judge Sasha Marie Smith Ashley, charged with assaulting occasioning bodily harm and unlawful wounding. According to the allegations presented to the court, on February 20, the complainant, who is Stoddart's landlord, went to a shop located on Strand Street in the parish. The complainant allegedly approached Stoddart and inquired about the unpaid rent, and Stoddart advised the complainant to leave the shop and that she would not pay the rent. Stoddart then allegedly approached the complainant and slapped her on her hand before pushing her to the floor. It is alleged that Stoddart then got on top of the complainant and used a piece of metal to hit her all over her body, causing wounds that bled. The complainant, who was pregnant at the time, later lost the child, the court was told. In her defense, Stoddart told the court that the complainant first attacked her with an ice pick. A summons for an alleged threat made by the complainant was also supposed to be served on her, but the summons had not yet been prepared, the court was also informed. Judge Smith Ashley then scheduled the matter for mention on April 19 for the court to receive a further medical certificate, as well as for the cross case to be placed before the court. Stoddart's bail was extended. A police team from the Specialized Operations Branch in Westmoreland yesterday seized an illegal gun and arrested a motorcyclist. Reports from the Savannah Lamar Police are that about 2:29 a.m., the team was on a mobile patrol along the 3 Mile River Main Road when the man was signaled to stop. The police say he disobeyed and was pursued by the lawmen. According to the police, he drove onto a premises and was seen throwing an object to the ground. The object was retrieved and found to be a Taurus 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 11 9mm rounds of ammunition, the police said. He was arrested. His identity is being withheld pending further investigations. Restoration of 3 Kingston markets will help reduce street vending, says Williams. Mayor of Kingston, Delroy Williams, says the refurbishing of 3 markets that were gutted by fire in downtown Kingston will alleviate the long-standing issue of vendors selling on the streets. Vendors have been complaining about the shortage of acceptable market space downtown. Last November, the mayor announced that the construction of shops and vending stalls at Jubilee Market destroyed by fire in 2009 is expected to be completed by January this year. But providing an update during a municipal corporation meeting this week, Mayor Williams said renovation of the Jubilee Market on West Queen Street is 90% complete. He said the flooring of the market is left to be done as the authorities consider not just the aesthetics but the maintenance of the facility.
It's just that we're looking at the flooring and before we move to open. And when we're thinking about the flooring, we're not just thinking about aesthetics, but we're thinking about maintenance. And because we can't just restore these markets, we have to have a plan for maintaining these markets and ensuring that the maintenance plan is effective. From the Jubilee Market, we are moving to the Queen's Market and the Redemption Arcade. We have already contacted the Ministry of Local Government for the Ministry to consider assisting the municipality with those markets. All those markets are basically adjacent. They are in the same location. The Jubilee Market would have a space of about just over 40 shops. Lovely market, ideally located. You can't want a better location. It's an haberdashery market, so it's not a dry goods market, a ground provision market. And it's very ideally located, so we believe that we can remove 40 or so vendors from the streets in the vicinity of West Queen Street, and the streets very close to that. If we do the Queen's Market at the same time, which is like now we are asking the Ministry and the Redemption Arcade, I believe we'll be able not just creating better facilities for our vendors, but at the same time addressing the issue of the streets.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.